Welcome to Financial Minds Meet the Experts. I'm Jaime Agostino, your host. On this show, we're joined by financial industry experts to talk about topics, trends, and themes that credit union professionals need to know about. Today on Financial Minds Meet the Experts, we are speaking with Chris Dowhower, Vizo Financial's Project Management Director, to talk about the power of PMO. Chris, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, Jaime. I appreciate being asked.
All right. Well, before we get started, would you mind sharing with our listeners a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am the Director of Project Management for Vizo Financial. I have been with the corporate for 23, going on about 24 years now, and I've had the opportunity to work in many different areas of the corporate. But my latest and greatest is the project management office that I run with three wonderful ladies, and I take care of all of the corporate-wide projects and line them up with our strategic initiatives.
All right, which is no easy feat, and you make it look seamless. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
All right, so let's just start out. What is PMO?
Well, the official PMO acronym stands for Project Management Office, or some people even call it a Program Management Office. So the official textbook version of it, it's an organizational unit to centralize and coordinate the management of projects or programs under its domain. So that's kind of the official PMBOK, or Project Management Institute version of it. Basically, we centralize, coordinate, and oversee the management of projects. That's what we do.
Okay, and Vizo keeps you busy because there is
It
always
does.
a lot of projects going on. So
It does.
how does having project management team help organizations? What are the benefits of PMO?
Well, project management offices can take many different forms. For us, it's about providing standardized methodologies and practices, document management. We are a historical archive for the different projects that we do, so we can learn from lessons. Additionally, we help provide resource allocation and resource reality, I like to call it, to really see kind of where we are expending our soft cost or human resources across the organization. So in addition to that, we provide executive reporting. We play a role in the prioritization. And again, as I alluded to earlier, we really kind of help line up what we do with our strategic goals.
Okay. All right. What are some of the common missteps organizations may experience when they're not following a PMO process?
Well, I like to think that one of the biggest areas that we help with are communications. I mean, it's really about giving everybody the same messages and making sure everybody's on the same page. So I think really, though, from the standpoint of a misstep, it's also having buy-in and accountability and support from the top down. It's easy to get people who are part of the process to buy into it, but if you can really have that executive support from the very top, that's where you have big wins.
Okay. How has the Vizo Financial PMO team helped the company and the credit unions it serves?
Well, indirectly for the membership, a lot of the systems and services and products that they use, really that was started from a project within the corporate where we implemented different services and implemented different products for the membership to use on a daily basis. Internally, I like to think where our benefit came from is really about making things better for our staff, not overstressing or over allocating our resources, knowing where we're spending our time and energy and money. So I think it really helps with prioritization and alignment.
Yeah. One of the for me, the details. You go in and you get the details so that we all know what steps need to be done in order to get to the end game. So, and sometimes that's hundreds of steps that you
Yes.
outlined for us.
It all
But
depends what size.
it's amazing to kind of sit back and kind of watch the process. So if a credit union was interested in creating a PMO process or team, what is the first step they should take?
Well, I can think back to when we implemented the project management office here at the corporate, and really we did what we said. We ran it as a project. We created a business case. We found a champion, or in the case, leadership to kind of support and really instill the methodologies into the organization. And then we wrote up a charter, and we took it through just like we would any other project from start to finish, where we realized all the different process groups from initiation through closing until we had it established and met the objectives that we set out to do. So my main suggestion there would really be having that strong leadership role to really implement it, because like I said earlier, unless it's driven from the top down, you're going to struggle because it's a cultural change too for a lot of people.
Yeah. One of the things, and at least for Vizo Financial, there's the charter, and then there's the timeline, and there's all those components, that you create, to kind of get us through those projects. And once you have all of that, how are the projects then prioritized?
Well, for us, we kind of do it twofold. We have an executive prioritization process where we are lining up the different initiatives the corporate's working on with our strategic goals. And then at a lower level, we report and reprioritize to some extent, if need be, through our tech committee meetings on a monthly basis. So it's really based on things like the business case, the return on investment, what are we getting out of what we're working on? Does it make sense? Is it a fit for the organization? So it's the famous saying, if everything's top priority, then nothing's top priority. So we really have to kind of work on digging in on, where are we expending our resources, both soft and hard costs.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you know, sometimes projects don't go according to plan and changes have to be made. So how are project changes best handled?
Well, just like everything else in the project, there's a plan for changes. So oftentimes what we do is we'll kind of upfront talk about what we need to do if things impact the project. What course of action will we take? What authority levels do different participants have? Who's going to be responsible for accepting those changes? We create a change management plan. And when, as inevitably they do, changes come up, we run whatever change through that change management plan. It's all about the triple constraint. So we have scope, time, and cost, and qualities in the middle. And if you affect any one of those sides of that triangle, the other is going to be impacted. So it's a constant balance throughout the course of the project, knowing changes will occur, but minimizing the impact that they have on the initiative.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. Any final thoughts for our listeners on PMO?
So I'm a total geek about project management because I truly believe that not only can it help make a better work-life balance for you, but it can be applied to all areas of not only your work life, but your home life. People don't want to take the time to plan, and the biggest advice I can give to people is nobody ever has the time to plan, but you always have to find the time to fix it. So take the time up front, break it down, really take a look at what you're getting into and try and ferret out the details, because that's really where the devil lives, is in the details. So if you can get that all laid out up front, it helps give you a nice map to get to your destination.
All right, Chris, thank you. And thank you to the ladies on your team, to Mary and to Val, to Rachel. Without the four of you keeping us all in line when it comes to projects, I don't know what we would do. So I rely heavily on you guys, specifically around the communications with our member credit unions. So thank you for
Thank
everything
you.
that you guys do. And thanks for being here just to talk about project management. I appreciate you taking the time.
Sure, anytime. It's always nice to talk with you, Jamie.
All right. And I also need to thank Vizo Financial's Leadership Workshop for sponsoring this episode on project management. What makes a leader? According to John C. Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Vizo Financial's 2022 Leadership Workshop is designed to help find the way to effective leadership skills and workplace culture. That way, you can show it to your credit union team and make your institution a place of true servant leadership. To learn more or to register for an upcoming leadership workshop, visit www.vfccu.org for more details. Thanks for listening and have a great day.
Thanks, Jamie. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.